Welcome, everyone, to another Hello. This is Kevin Harlan. We're at the United Center. Chicago fans are cheering for their Bulls. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. A starting five on the floor. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. Tyreke Evans out there. With Norris Cole. And it's Pondexter in at the small forward.
Anthony Davis was stellar all of last year, but he did miss a lot of time.
Oh, how about that basketball, man?
Beautiful.
Wow.
As far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
Yes, sir.
A message and put it on the highlight reel for later.
Now the feed to Dunlap. The kick out to Rose. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Off target from three-point range. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And that one's good. Pondexter's got 5 points so far.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
And two shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Derrick Rose, born and raised on the south side of Chicago, now playing for his hometown Bulls. He even became a partner and endorser for Chicago's top deep dish pizza chain. He does represent this town.
You talk about Derrick Rose's culinary interest. He's looked to change his diet for the better.
Yeah, he needed to, Kevin, because you know, he's a big fan of candy when he came into the league.
That was wicked!
To Evans. And another three for New Orleans. The Bulls have gone outside Rose. Butler in the corner. Noah, the pass to Rose.
Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago. He didn't call fouls, so you just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contact.
The Pelicans have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Evans dishes to Pondexter, trying to find Davis. He's got it now. That's good. And Rose working to develop his floater with, Steve, his left hand as well.
Well, you don't see many players who can make a floater with either hand. And something like that with his quickness, that would be impossible to defend. Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
And it's Cole missing. Back to Evans. Takes a three. They grab their own miss. And Ashik kicks to Davis. Tries yet again. No good on the layup.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. Cole's got the ball.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Rose in the post, covered by Evans. Davis with the block. They recover it. Rose attacking, passes it to Dunleavy. And again, Chicago. No good. Here's Evans.
Tyreke Evans signed and traded to the Pelicans last season with a big 4-year, $44 million contract. Pretty big vote of confidence for a guy whose minutes had gone down every year after his phenomenal rookie season.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Hutchins is checked in. Cunningham comes in for Davis. Tony Douglas is checked in for Cole. And it's Holiday in for Quincy Pondexter. Pelicans leading by 5. And last season, some issues between Tyreke Evans and Coach Monty Williams. By the trade deadline, even rumored the Pelicans looking to trade him.
Yeah, I kind of heard those rumblings too. Evans expressed confusion about his role. Williams said that it had been an adjustment coaching him and criticized his mid-range game. wires got crossed up and tangled a little bit, and hopefully they'll be able to get on the same page going forward.
For New Orleans, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And this club shot 77% as a team last year. Good, not spectacular, but solid.
You know that old saying, the more things change, the more things stay the same. That applies to Chicago. Once again, they were incredibly tough at home with their defense.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gibson. Dunleavy comes in for Mirotic. Butler, he's checked in for Kirk Heinrich. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, that was not a smart play there. That's a wild shot. They can get something better.
No, that's not smart basketball. He should have passed that shot up.
Butler kicks to Dunleavy. The kick outside to Butler. Pass to Rose. Taken away by Holiday. Oh, and here's Douglas all alone. Misses from close range.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Noah wide open. Oh, he put it down!
It'll count.
What a shot!
I think that one was
at
good.
The buzzer.
Boy, a big bonus for them to end the quarter as he beats the buzzer.
Talk about maximizing every last possession you've got. Right there, it was done.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. Well, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
And I thought the key to that first quarter, guys, was the turnovers they faced with that aggressive defense.
Well, the defense, as you said, Steve, has been really aggressive, and it's paid off for them a few times already.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. The backcourt, Holiday and Gordon. Anderson is out there with Cunningham, and it's Ajinça in at the 5 spot.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Rose against Holiday. Rose attacking. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds. New Orleans will take possession.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Rose. And here's Anderson for 3. The offensive rebound, kicks it out to Gordon. And Kirk Heinrich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gibson. Saul comes in for Mirotic. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Kirk Heinrich. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. Evans, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And then Ashik with the dunk.
We knew what was going to happen with that one when he got his hands on it.
Yeah, you know, if the ball comes to him off the offensive boards, Clark, it's going to go back down hard.
It's amazing how many points he salvages for his team.
Got a piece of it. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, gentlemen, as you know, Joakim Noah is a great passer on the block. As Coach Thibodeau said, he's got great vision and decision-making ability. If we play through the post and you cut and you're open, you're going to get the ball. We have to play inside out. That's when we're at our best. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. Noah is definitely one of the better passing bigs in the league. No question about that.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
Oh, for the Pelicans, Steve, going for the playoffs last season, they did give up a lot of their financial flexibility.
About big contracts for Tyreek Evans and Drew Holiday. You know, they've established their court. Now, look out, man!
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, it's startling that he'd even try that right now.
Rose against Evans. Outside Gordon. Feeds to Davis. Dishes it to Noah. And the call will be against Joakim Noah. That is his first foul of the game.
What a great play to sacrifice his body and take the hit.
Yeah, I thought that was excellent awareness and anticipation to beat him to the spot there.
Here's Cole, defended by Butler. Gordon, the pass to Evans. Kicks it out to Gordon. Win low to Davis. Stolen by Noah. Outside Gasol. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Pelicans pull it in. Here's Cole. Kicks it to Davis. That's tipped. Stolen by Noah. And oh, here we go. Dunleavy's got it. The fast break chance. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. That one's on Evans. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Pondexter's checked in.
Well, a tough shooting slump for Jimmy Butler last season. Some injuries took him out of rhythm. He was asked to play a bigger role offensively after Luol Deng was traded. Still, he's become one of the premier defensive players in the league.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
Uncovered. And Jimmy Butler, a fan favorite in Chicago, taken with the 30th pick, Clark, back in 2011.
Upbringing. It's easy to see why he approaches the game with that fearlessness and determination that he plays with. Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, I've been impressed with just both teams' energy, just really working hard on the boards.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. New Orleans also making some changes. Cunningham, he's checked in for Ashe. Douglas comes in for Cole. And it's Holiday in for Tyreke Evans. There's the bucket. Good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Agents is checked in. Pelicans leading by 7. Outside Holiday. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Tell you what, he's just got too much speed. They've got to find a better matchup for him.
Anderson, he's checked in for Quincy Pondexter.
This New Orleans team is now in their second season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits nicely into creating a new identity.
And Holiday kicks to Cunningham. Back to Holiday, 18 feet out. Good on the shot. Holiday's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
Gasol a screen. Heinrich inside the three-point line. And that one hits back iron. Holiday with the three. And that's not going to go. And that does it.
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to...
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. Bulls trail by 9. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And now it's Evans running. He can go all the way.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
And here's Rose. Well, a starter for his whole career. Tyreke Evans spent most of last season, Clark, as a sixth man with the Pelicans.
Yeah, and you know, Kevin, they envisioned him in a bit of a Manu Ginobili role, providing scoring and playmaking off the bench. But after they were hit with some injuries, he excelled in a starting role.
And Cole kicks to Evans. Pelicans keep it alive. Back to Davis. And he jams it with authority.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Outside Rose. Gasol dishes to Dunleavy. Butler attacking. Rocket 6. Rose passes to Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his third assist on the night.
And Evans, a player who makes some sense as a bench scorer. He's best with the ball in his hands, attacking off the dribble.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot. And for Evans last season, the shooting was down, but he improved his rebounding and his assist. He's really working to develop his jump shot. And I know how much that would really enhance his game if he can get it to be more consistent.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Pau Gasol. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
That's what those alley-oops do, though.
And Davis can't get it to go.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
And that's Evans penetrating. Pondexter kicks to Davis, and he gets it to go. Davis has got 6.
And their interior defense getting exposed once again. How many open looks at the rim are they going to allow?
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, a close partnership between Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau and center Joakim Noah. Noah said, quote, "The way each of us sees the game can be totally different, but he'll fight anybody to win, and I will too." Noah says Thibodeau's changed too, adding, "He's opened up a lot more, asking how we're doing, what we're thinking." Kevin?
They're really the backbone of that team. Thanks, Doris. Here's Rose, and he throws it down hard with one hand. That's a mammoth dunk for someone who's far from the biggest guy out there on the floor.
Yeah, perhaps that'll give them the boost they're looking for to get out of the hole here.
Yeah, it should. I mean, if that doesn't fire them up, I don't know what will.
Butler goes in, power down with both hands.
Things are really tightening up now, guys. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Not sure where it was before, but better late than never. And often you can learn more about a team when they are unhealthy versus when they're at full strength. And last year, I thought the Bulls showed they are not and have never been a one-man show. It's all about everybody contributing for them.
Rose gets a wide-open look. That 3 off the mark.
Well, it happens. He's wide open, but just couldn't get it to go.
Evans against Butler. From deep, it's rebounded by Noah.
As you said with the Bulls, there was a tendency to think that they were just Derrick Rose and 4 others. But top to bottom, this team has guys that can play.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. With Rose out last year, Clark, as you said, the guys who are mostly role players showed what they can do.
Well, they're really unselfish at both ends of the floor, and that shows. I mean, they give great effort, they trust each other, they play together, and they always play hard, and they finish games strong, which I think is a credit to them and the coaching staff.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Noah. Heinrich comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Rose.
Well, when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to do it and claw their way back in.
And they fed off their defense just as much as their offense in putting this run together.
Fires from 14, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's going to be on Kirk Heinrich. Pelicans shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
Chicago really struggled scoring points without Derrick Rose, and that's understandable last year. And against the West, it was even more difficult.
Pau Gasol is checked in for Chicago. The drive by Brooks. Miritich dishes to Gasol. For the tie, Miritich passes to Brooks. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. New Orleans in the lead. Anderson outside. And it's Holiday at the elbow. The three. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Here's Gasol. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make, and he makes it flawlessly to set up that alley-oop.
So the Pelican 5 right now. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. Holiday out there with Tyreek Evans, and it's Pondexter in at the 3.
Boy, big man with very soft hands and a nice touch around the hoop.
Evans against Rose. The kick outside to Butler. Rose attacking. Here's Noah. Back to Butler. Tries again. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Ashik's got 7 rebounds in the game. No good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Pass to Rose. Here's Dunleavy. He feeds it to Noah. And the layup is good. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. And for the Pelicans, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And the Taj Gibson's check. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. That's on Joakim Noah.
With a young athletic team, talented, getting to the rim, it made sense for the Pelicans to play more up-tempo. 2 seasons ago, they played the slowest pace in the league, but last year, they made a real effort to speed things up.
And with the Pelicans, part of picking up the pace, also creating some turnovers, Clark. Back in the 2012-13 season, this team was dead last in steals.
And that was one of the areas, Kevin, where they really made some improvement as a team. A very good turnover differential, which is always nice to see. They took care of the ball offensively and really tried to pressure and create turnovers defensively.
Holiday attacking. Second shot opportunity. Ashik no good. Chicago trailing here. And even 3-on-3 break. Stolen by Evans. All alone. Butler with the block. In transition, here come the Bulls. And Davis sends it back. That ties the game. And it's 8 points for Joakim Noah.
Well, we've seen that more than a few times. An easy bucket in the lane.
Yeah, the interior defense simply has been lifeless.
Outside Holiday. Launches it. They shoot again. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. Davis. Rose with the block. Butler kicks it to Noah. Stolen by Holiday. And that's Evans penetrating. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And that one falls for Evans. The Bulls making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. Norris Cole is checked in for the Pelicans. And both free throws good for Evans. The Bulls have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. And here's Rose. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Rose with the ball. Evans picks him up.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what, Kevin, but he's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
Here's Cole. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Dunleavy kicks it to Noah. Outside Rose. Cannot hit. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, he's sensing this is a critical time in this game, guys.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, you don't expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Cole dishes to Davis. Left side, Davis. Evans, right side. He kicks it to Pondexter. 4 on the clock. He dishes it to Cole. Chicago grabs the miss.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Rose passes to Butler. The dish to Dunlap. Rose kicks to Butler. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. It's money from deep.
I'll tell you what, this is the white-hot version of Derrick Rose right now.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Evans attacking. The rebound by Noah.
That's what they call the $1 million move with the 10-cent finish.
Cole dishes to Evans. Timeout call here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're behind by 1. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The pass to Davis. Back to Evans. Out to the right wing. Cole. Missed.
How about the effort we're seeing from him on the boards? He's already in double figures.
Yeah, and more importantly, Steve, his rebounds are leading the team.
Three-pointer. Butler. It's off. And so
Derek.
And it's Chicago to start out. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for New Orleans right now, Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. Tyreek Evans out there with Norris Cole. And it's Pondexter in at small forward.
And that's a nice way for his team to get started.
Yeah, really nice start for his team to get out in front here.
Well, what was supposed to be the triumphant return for Derrick Rose a year ago quickly turned into another nightmare season. Finally returning from that torn ACL in the 2012 playoffs, he managed only 10 games before tearing the meniscus in his other knee. Just devastating. We obviously hope that Rose can come back and put in a full season.
Here's Noah. The Pelicans make their last shot. And he gets it to go. Evans with it. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. And it's Cole missing.
Boy, you take a look at Rose, who was extremely patient and trying to get back to being on the court, and then he fell victim to another devastating knee injury. A terrific blow for him personally and certainly for the team and the city. But fortunately, the surgery did manage to keep all of his meniscus, which provides a better prognosis as we move forward.
Now here's Butler. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Nice silky finish on the alley-oop.
That sequence, I don't think Clark could have been executed any better.
Stupendous feed.
Boy, I hope we see a few more of those.
Here's Cole. Evans goes in. Tries again. Here's Davis. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Giving them an opportunity at second chance points with some hard work on the glass there.
And Steve, now for Derrick Rose. How will his game adapt to having surgery now on both knees?
Well, he might not be quite as explosive, and maybe that's a good thing if his breakneck style was too much for his joints. But, you know, the mental side of it, that's what I look at. I mean, after missing basically 2 whole seasons, how is he going to bounce back?
Noah kicks to Dunlap.
Oh, man, what a Yeah, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. And so here is New Orleans. 4-point game. Evans goes in. Takes it off the glass. Evans has got his first points of the game.
Well, they just gave him 2 points. Defensively, you're going to have to tighten things up here. That's not a good sign.
Butler kicks to Rose. There's the three. Near the three-point line, it's Dunleavy. Misses off the right iron.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
In this quarter, he's really been off the mark. He just looks a little bit unsettled.
A minute 50 left to play here in the first. Outside Rose. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. 6 to shoot. Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you got it, Clark.
Tyreek Evans is an athletic slashing guard. He's really gifted at getting to the rim. But I think his outside shot, the inconsistency of his outside shot has held him back a bit. Ironically, he's a pretty good free throw shooter, but still lacks that touch from mid-range on field goal attempts.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Miritich comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Rose.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Yeah, it's one thing to create a turnover, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, that's even better.
Count that one. Heinrich's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Evans has worked diligently on his shooting. He had a bad habit of fading back on every jump shot early in his career, so he's tried to shoot with a more traditional motion.
Now here is Holiday. Gibson with the steal. Heinrich outside. Brooks outside. Gibson in the post. Cunningham's there. The shot by Heinrich no good.
That was not pretty there. You got to make that one, but maybe that's not his range.
And here's Holiday. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Evans goes in. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
Go back and look at the numbers from last season. He knocked down about 77% of his free throws.
Second free throw, no good. Now Butler. Here's Dunleavy, stolen by Holiday. With 2 seconds left.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
And I like what they've done offensively, really attacking the rim, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And guys, they've been the aggressor early. I mean, attacking the hoop and getting into the paint, that can make the game really easy for you.
D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. 3 on 3. Here's Cunningham. The shot is off. And the Bulls going the other way now. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. On its way from Rose for 2. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans.
Well, the Bulls were expected to play a role in free agency this past summer with all the cap room they had. A lot of options in terms of which way they could have gone.
Holiday gets the bucket.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Bulls trail by 3. Outside Rose. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Rose has got 8 points.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
It's stolen by Rose. Oh, and here comes Rose, all alone.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up. Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, some coaches might want to see just a sure-handed lay-in, but I say put as much as you can on the finish and get your teammates going.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Pau Gasol made a big move this summer to join the Chicago Bulls. He was courted by a number of teams, but went with his instinct. He sees the Bulls as a team that can compete for a title, saying without a doubt it is one of the championship favorites in the East alongside Cleveland. We'll see how far they go, guys.
We will indeed. Thank you, Doris.
Well, offensively, he's taken a...
And Holiday kicks to Cunningham. The kick out to Holiday. Tries from 16. Again, Holiday missing.
He thought he could knock that one down, but the defense was really all over him.
Drew Holiday, going into last season, traded from the Sixers to the Pelicans in exchange for 2 first-round picks and a win-now move for the Pelicans, clearly. But he ended up only playing a little over 2 months after a stress fracture in his ankle. Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Pau Gasol. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Dunleavy. And it's Brooks in for Rose.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. As long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
Kicks it to Cole from beyond the arc. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And for Holiday, an all-star in 2013, but Steve, he's still very young.
Yeah, just going into his 6th season in the league. Remember, he only played 1 year of college at UCLA, so still very young, still a lot of upside, very talented point guard. And as the game has gone along, they've gotten much more aggressive on the offensive boards.
You know, crashing the boards is really an effort thing. It's an attitude and effort thing, and if teams get tired, they usually take a break on crashing the boards. But they've done just the opposite here.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Douglas is checked in. Gasol with the steal. Here's Dunleavy, defended by Douglas. Dunleavy kicks to Rose. The shot by Butler, nobody around. That doesn't go either for Butler.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide-open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Chicago's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. The Pelicans have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Cole, the pass to Pondexter. New Orleans moving it around. Here's Davis, and they double up Davis. Great defense that time from Noah.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post part.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Now here's Rose. 12 points for him. And he gets it to go. Rose has got 14 points.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
We haven't seen them get to the free throw line like they did in the first quarter.
Well, you can't get to the line if you're going to settle for jump shots. I mean, somebody's got to be aggressive and take it to the rack.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as he picks his spots, his outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
The kick outside to Butler. Another one falls for Chicago.
Well, and the bounce pass was the key to the play.
Here's Cole. And a tight game here is... Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
What a game for Rose. He has 14 points, and he was able to come up with one steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot-hungry, even the tough ones.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Monty Williams. Davis and Ashik patrol the paint. Holiday out there with Tyreek Evans. And it's Pondexter in at the 3, the small forward. Rose with the block. They retain possession. Chicago leading. In transition, here come the Bulls. Dunleavy with the ball. The kick outside to Butler. Butler can't get that one to fall.
Looked like he rushed that one, guys. The defense was out of position. He was wide open, just couldn't take advantage.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, the Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau, known as one of the most demanding coaches in all the NBA, he said the teams that are special always play with a rare intensity. That's just how championship caliber teams play. He added, I don't think you really feel pressure if you're putting everything you have into each and every day. Sound strategy, Kevin.
He's one of the best getting that kind of effort from his players, Doris. Thank you. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose.
New Orleans looked a lot better overall as a team last year than they had the years before, but still a very young club, and it hurt them when they had to travel. Did not play well on the road.
Now Mirotic misses from short range.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
Holiday against Brooks. The shot by Evans, nobody around. And again, New Orleans has no luck. The Pelicans did run into trouble on the road, as you hinted at, Clark. Only 12 road wins on the year for them.
Yeah, they struggled through a number of tough injuries to key personnel. Amazingly, though, that was an improvement from the year before. So you can be patient. Maybe one more year with this young group as it develops and matures, and they'll be ready to turn the corner.
2 on the clock. Mirotic's shot is off.
Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Some changes for Chicago. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. Dunleavy comes in for Mirotic. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Jintz is checked in. Anderson comes in for Davis. Ante Cunningham's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And Eric Gordon subbed in for Drew Holiday. Evans goes in. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Evans has got 10 points. The Bulls have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Evans against Rose.
Oh, look out!
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Still, I mean, it's startling that he'd even tried that right now.
And that one's good. Cunningham's got his first points in this one.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
Double team on Rose. Pass to Dunleavy. Over in the corner, Gasol.
Pau Gasol over the last few seasons dealing with a number of lower body injuries. Knee tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, groin, toe. I'll tell you, Kobe had suggested to him to try to really slim down to lessen the pressure on his joints.
Chicago shooting their first free throws of this game.
Now, the numbers last year for them at the line, not great. Just 73% free throw shooting as a team.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
Cole's check in for the Pelicans. Douglas comes in for Tyreek Evans. 1:31 left to play here in the third. And Powell never really the burden fairly tough, but for 7-footers, getting as wide as possible can really reduce the pounding on those joints.
Yeah, it does. They say every 5 pounds takes some significant wear and tear off your joints. We've certainly seen that be effective for Tim Duncan. He's leaned up considerably in power, able to play both power forward and center. I think the lighter weight will serve him well.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
So for the Bulls, Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. It's Heinrich in for Butler. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. And Anthony Davis is checked in for Eric Gordon.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Now here's Heinrich.
Kirk Heinrich in his 12th season out of Kansas. Remember covering this guy in college. Still a quality defensive combo guard. At 6'4", tremendous IQ and anticipation really helps him at the defensive end. And he's, I think, a little underrated offensively, too.
And Heinrich playing big numbers for the Bulls last season. But Steve, his shooting percentages have started now to tail off over the last few years.
You know, I think his defense is really what keeps him on the court at this point, Kevin. Offensively, still a good playmaker and a decision maker, but he's not going to be a big scorer.
Now here's Rose. He's got 18. Noah with a screen for Rose. He dishes it to Dunlap. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. Here's Cole. Douglas, the open look, connects on the 17-footer. The Bulls leading by 3. Heinrich and Butler at the 2 and 3. Taj Gibson is out there at Mirotic, and it's Brooks in at the 1 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Stolen by Evans. Here's Pondexter. Chicago grabs the miss. Dunleavy's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Heinrich dishes to Dunleavy. There's the 3. And that one's good. Dunleavy's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Bulls.
Back-to-back threes for him. Defense is slacking off a little.
It does look like their energy is lacking at this point.
Evans kicks to Pondexter. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And Kirk Heinrich picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Butler, he's checked in for Chicago. Evans outside. Outside Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
You know, as soon as he got an opening, he let it fly. That was a big shot there.
Brooks against Evans. Brooks kicks to Butler. Now the feed to Dunlap. Misses the 3.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Holiday, the pass to Evans. There's a good screen. He kicks it to Davis. The 11-footer. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Here's Dunleavy. We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Outside Butler. Over to the left wing. From outside the arc. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. And the Bulls lead by 7.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Chicago making some changes. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. Saul comes in for Miritich, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Cole's checked in. Here's Pondexter. Evans outside. Here's Davis. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
A nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
The dish now to Dunlap. Back to Rose. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. To the wing right side. For 3, Dunleavy. Evans with the rebound. Pelicans trail by 6. Here's Cole. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
Anytime they've had a chance to attack the lane, they've done so. The penetration has been impressive.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
So far in the game for Cole,
he's got 8 points and 1 steal.
Noah with a screen for Rose. And soft on the front of the rim and drops. Rose has got 20.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Now here's Evans. And again, New Orleans has no up.
Good solid defense on the perimeter there, challenging the shot and not fouling.
Even the best shooters can be bothered by his defense.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
Took him no time at all on that one. Chicago calls timeout. They lead by 8. 1:09 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. It was clear what message he was trying to get across. He said, this lead isn't big enough that we're safe. Not by a long shot. I don't want us sitting back and milking the clock. Play to win. Show some aggression. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Doris.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in
be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They've really exploded.
Came right out.
They get it back. Here's Hasek, and the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
Now here's Rose. And he's going up for the alley-oop and finished off by Noah.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. Fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere has been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
Here's Cole. He tries for 3. Rebound by Rose. Right side Rose. Passes it to Gasol. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
Here's Evans. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joe Kim. What was the attitude of the team coming into this game and just in general?
Yeah, we played hard tonight. We're getting better. We're getting better. We just got to keep going. You know, it's a work in progress. And, you know, we just got to keep fighting, and get as many W's as possible.
Congratulations, Joe Kim. We appreciate it. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Derrick Rose.
The entire NBA season came down to one game. This is a fast break on NBA.com. Game 7 of the NBA Finals between the Golden State Warriors and the Cavaliers of Cleveland. The Cavs trying to end a 52-year championship drought for the city of Cleveland. This is Golden State's head coach Steve Kerr before the game.
We have a Game 7 at home. That's what you want at the beginning of the season. And given that we just had